Okay, hi everyone. In this project, I've developed data analytics projects, business intelligence. In this case, you see the architecture about this data analytics project. Okay, this data is about a gym. First, we start. I will ask to Google Gemini if we can generate three CSV files. These is UV files we get in some data null and strange characters, and some data is missing, and another type of error. After I am going to develop my process ETL in Python. Remember, we write this process in Python. In this case, we need only one script, and where my process extract, I extract my three CSV files we save in local machine. After apply my process transform, we validate data, maybe drop duplicate data, and if, for example, if column H is some data is null, I am going to fill out with the main value. Uh, After, in my process load, we generate again three CSV files. These CSV files we got clean, and these three CSV files clean we put after in Power BI. Power BI is a powerful tool because the only thing to do is to understand its works, but this is more simple if you use PostgreSQL mm, and Tableau and Excel. Okay, uh, here in Power BI we did my dashboard finally. Okay, now uh, uh, okay, in this case, for example, in my logo, Google Gemini is not Gemini because I don't found in format more easy to put in my architecture, but we put my logo Google. Okay, but I believe that understand you when we put this logo, we refer to Google Gemini. Okay, right now I am going to pass to Gemini that generate three CSV files. Here we are in Google Gemini. Remember these tools as IA is very powerful tool because we consult and search and study and practice. Okay, for example, if you try to understand English advanced topics, we ask Gemini that help us. In this case, the same idea with physics and math, and solve any problem in financial, for example, uh, and tips for better my content in YouTube. For example, if I write, and this is an example, okay? I I believe you don't understand quantum mechanics, for example, but this is only example. Okay, Gemini, can you uh, can you explain me the Schrödinger equation and why this equation is is not derived only using classical physics. Okay. um, the Schrödinger equation is a beautiful equation. Okay, I press enter and read his answer. Okay. For example, the Schrödinger equation is fundamental law of non-relativistic quantum mechanics. It plays the same role in quantum world as Newton's second law plays in classical mechanics. It predicts the future behavior of a physical system. And after what is the Schrödinger equation, Gemini write this equation here and explain us each term that's meant. And after uh, response my answer my question, why can't it be derived using only classical physics? Okay, you cannot derive the Schrödinger equation from classical physics because classical physics is built on the assumption that particles and waves are two entirely different things. To get the Schrödinger's works, you have to accept three non-classical laws. Okay, after we resume about these topics, and here wave particle duality, the quantization of energy, deterministic versus probability, etc., etc. Okay, this topic is very advanced in physics. Remember, you don't understand, I believe you don't understand this topic, but the same idea when ask generate CSUV. Okay, now can you generate a CSUV file with uh, some data for apply process ETL place? It can data about a coffee shop or gym. Okay, your CSUV. Okay, Gemini generate these CSUV files with success. Your CSUV files contain raw coffee shops sales data is ready for your ETL extract transfer load process. Okay, in this case, I personally my Gemini for ask Gemini, you can generate three SUV files data about chip. In this case, is the same idea for this SUV. Okay, about this data set, I have intentionally included common dirty data. For me, is the same. When I generate three CSV files, data is dirty issue, so you can practice a realistic ETL workflow. Inconsistent data, string normalization, missing value, data validation issue, schema, and suggest ETL step to practice. Gemini help us and give some tips for when apply my process ETL, extract load TCSUV using Python, Pandas, or SQL. Okay, this is all for Gemini. Only thing to show is this a powerful tool for practice or study or in this case to generate CSV files for practice my programming in Python and apply my process ETL, and after see this data in Power BI. Okay, now I am going to show this CSV file, only one, not three, but the other CSV file is the same. Now we here in one CSV files. Remember, Gemini generate three CSV files. In this case, for example, if you see the column number, product name, and category, this data is have some strange characters, and we maybe some data ID product we arrive duplicate, and credit list some data is null. In this case, if some data in list price is null, we fill out with the main value. Okay, if some data ID product is duplicate, maybe drop. Okay, and now I am going to pass another CSV files. Okay, now here we are in another CSV files that generate Gemini. In this case, if you see column as ID underscore pattern, age, generate, city, inscription date, and status. Okay, if you see, we need to validate this format and transform format. The same idea. One or another CSV files. This column is some strange character. We need to clean and remove or modify this character, and some data is null. For example, in the column age, the only thing to do is fill out with the main value. Okay, and ID pattern, if some this data is duplicate, we drop out, or count if this duplicate data is arrived. Okay, now now I am going to pass my process ETL in Python. I don't show you the other CSV file, but we see in Power BI for star schema. We are in Python. This process ETL is very easy to understand and write, because the only thing to do is clean my data, extract data, and load data is more easy. Okay, we need to use libraries, pandas, numpy, and os. We load three CSV files that generate Gemini. Remember, this data is dirty, we need to clean. We access user, Sabu, desktop, Gym project, name file CSV. The other two CSV files right here, and after we generate three CSV files, but these three CSV files is clean. The same idea, user, Sabu, desktop, Gym project, and this CSV file, his name, but this data is clean. Okay, after we write a function, this function is in function of 6 parameters. this 6 parameter is this dirty data and clean data. Okay, we need to write a try, because if get some error, the program stop. Okay. We use encoding UTF-H for characters in my column state of Mexico states. Remember some data in this some state or cities, we arrive some strange characters. Okay, this type of error we only need to clean with using UTF-H. Okay, now we drop duplicate data. In this case, remember we treat SUV files is ID transaction, ID pattern, and ID product. Now I am going to clean and check the form date format. In this case, df1 belongs to the SUV file. This SUV file, in this case, this is this SUV file. And after check date format, after we need to validate the type numeric this column, final month, age, and list price. After we if you remember, some columns is age, is some data is new, the only thing to do is fill out the mean value. In this case here, we note, sorry, in this last 5 lines code, if df2 column and this column is age is null for any, fill out the mean value is here. Okay, the same idea for final month. And finally, we need to say Power BI and Excel to recognize some orthography in Spanish. In this case, we use UTF-H. Okay, and finally print process 8 sales length df, process 8 pattern length, process 8 products length, return true. And if we get error, except exception as E, and we tell me about where is my error. Okay, finally we only thing to do is call my function, and this function is proceso etl, and if correctly very well, process etl has finally correctly. In other case, the process etl is failed, check errors up. Okay, this is all for my process etl. If you see this process etl is not very complex as Project New York City for analyze traffic, but this is more easy.